All right. You asked for it. You wanted to hear all about my experience, my journey, whatever it is, on moving to a digital planner. Now, just to set expectations, I've been doing this maybe a month now. So I am by no means an expert, but I can at least share what it is that I've learned and what the journey I've been on looks like. So, let me start with this. Let me start with a little bit of history in what my journey up till this point looked like. So I have probably tried 10 different electronic something or others, whether it was a device or an app. I have tried it all. I've been wanting to convert to digital for as long as people were moving to digital. And it just never connected. Like I felt so many times like it was square peg, round hole. And I just could not figure out why this didn't work for me, why this was so hard, why it was so challenging. And several months ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I was like, you know what? This is just not for me. I'm just always going to be a paper planner and I just need to embrace it. But what's happening, and you guys know, you know my love of post-it notes. You know my love of post-it notes. I have post-it notes everywhere, all over my desk, all over my wall. I had flip charts up on the walls with post-it notes, and I couldn't find anything. I was just feeling very unorganized. I was feeling like I was going to lose things, not be able to find things. I was feeling in general that I was going to make mistakes. And honestly, there was just a lot of clutter and chaos. And I'm a big believer that when you have paper everywhere, it starts to make you a little crazy, right? And that is how I was feeling. Okay. So I had kind of embraced it. I had come up with a model that sort of worked for me, but I'm kind of frustrated at the same time. And and by the way, in addition to post-it notes everywhere, I had books, notebooks of all shapes and sizes, bins full of them. And as much as I tried to organize myself and like have different notebooks for different things, that didn't always work. And I would constantly be like, okay, I remember writing that down in a notebook. Which notebook was it of the 72 that I have? It was not effective. That's what was going on. Okay. So for those of you that are on with me live, does this resonate? Like, are you with me on this? Can you at least feel some of my pain? I hope so. So around the same time that all of this was happening, I had joined Sherry's in this group, her membership, which is all about Procreate, because I just wanted to have something new to do that was creative in nature. And so as part of learning Procreate, she was sharing that, I needed a tablet, I needed a pencil, and she recommended to get this Paperlight, which is a cover. I'll talk more about that in a second. So I purchased it, and then all of a sudden, I started getting ads for digital planners. I mean, it was out of control, the ads. And as I started seeing these ads, I was like, wait a minute, what is this? How did I not know that this existed, this idea of a digital planner? So I kind of jumped feet first into this world and I thought I could do this. Maybe this is my answer, right? I always talk about how, sometimes we need to use the algorithm for good. So this is one of those situations. So I immediately started YouTubing how to use a digital planner. I must have gone through, I don't know, 5 hours of videos. And all of them were about how to make it pretty, how to use stickers and how to do this. And I was like, okay. That's all fine. And who doesn't like a good sticker? I mean, but how do I use it as a tool? I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything on YouTube for how to actually use it. I couldn't find anything that was about function or process. It was all how to make it pretty, which was fun, but I was like, oh my gosh. So that was the first, I don't know, week or two. And I thought I got to be able to figure this out. So I've kind of been on this journey for the last month of figuring out what is the process that I use with my digital planner. How do I navigate this and use it as a tool that actually helps me be more productive and more effective, not just pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pretty's fun, but there has to be more to it. So what I want to share with you today is I'm going to give you a look at what the digital planners look like, and I'll talk about the things that I use and how I set it all up. But I also want to share my process, because the biggest thing that I learned in the last month, if your process sucks, it doesn't matter whether you're on paper or digital, it's still going to suck. So there kind of are these like fundamental things that you've got to figure out. And my hope is that by sharing my process, it can help you. Like I said at the very beginning, I'm not an expert. I've been doing this a month. But I'm happy to take questions as you guys have them. Put them in the comments as we go. And I'll answer the ones that I can, and the ones that I don't, I'll be honest and say, I don't know, but I would like to know that too. Sound good? Everybody good? All right. So first of all, what is a digital planner? So it is, you essentially use a tablet. So this is an Apple tablet. And you are, and a pencil, and you can actually write on the tablet, just like I'm writing in notebooks and writing on Post-it notes and writing on paper all over the place. It just keeps it in an electronic form that you can search for. Okay, so we're not necessarily talking about a calendar app, although I'll show you what that looks like. It's to organize all of your ideas and thoughts and notes and to-dos. Yes, it's for planning your activities, but it is not necessarily connected to your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar or your email or anything like that. Okay, they're connected, but it's separate. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a little screen share here, or I have to actually switch cameras. Bear with me. I'm gonna bring up my iPad so that you can see it. Okay, so here is my planner. Oops, you guys see that? Yes. Okay. I'm actually going to let's start with a blank tab. Okay. Let me just go to, hold on here. Is that what I want? No. Hold on. Let me find something that doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it. I should have had this set up beforehand. Okay. Let me go to a page. Okay. So imagine, if you will, this is just a blank piece of paper. You can have line pages, dotted pages. You can do whatever you want. These are essentially, this is a PDF. So what you need to have, in addition to your iPad and your pencil, is a tool that allows you to edit a PDF. That's essentially what we're talking about here. Okay. And all of these pages that you might create. Okay. Hold on. All of these pages that you might create. Let's go back to my other planner. Hold on. This will be easier. Where is it? Hold on. Okay. You've got all of these different PDFs that you can use and create. There's different pages. So I've got line pages, blank, that was blank. You might have dots. I don't know if you can see the dots. It might be too dark. Grid, whatever choices you want here. Okay. So what you need is the actual tablet itself, the pencil, and then I mentioned the Paperlike. What the Paperlike does, allows you to write on here and say, hi, everyone. What's happening? Okay, just like you would in a notebook. Okay, the Paperlike cover, it's a screen protector, makes it feel a little bit more like writing on paper versus writing on glass. So if you think about your tablet, it's a glass screen and you're writing with a pencil. It doesn't feel the same as when you grab a pen or a marker and you're writing on paper. These screen protectors begin to give you a feel for that. It's not perfect, but it's close. Okay. Then what you need is a tool that allows you to edit these PDFs. What in the heck am I talking about for editing a PDF? So to be able to write on a piece of paper like that, to be able to, you can actually grab a piece. So let's just grab this piece and move it over here. Let's grab this piece and let's cut it. And maybe we're going to put it on this page instead. Paste. Okay. That is the editor that allows you to manipulate whatever you're putting into your pages. Okay. So you can handwrite on it like I've done. You can text. You can grab this little text bar and then you can actually type, "Hi, peeps. What's up?" Okay. I can take that text. I can change the font. I can change the size. Okay. So I can type in it as well, move it around. I can erase. Boo, boo, boo. I can change the size and make it bigger or smaller. Okay. I can add images in. Let's see here. Like that. And I can write around this. Isn't this cool? Cool stuff. Whatever you want to do. Okay. That is the editing tool that allows you to edit that PDF. Okay. So you can write on it, you can type on it, you can move things around, copy, cut, paste, you can highlight. I like highlight. I can change the color. I can highlight that. I can come over here and highlight this. Oops. Nope, I don't want that color. I want green. Okay. Nope, I want it to be thicker, smaller. I just want it to be this little bitty thing. You got all these kinds of tools. Okay. That comes with an app that you actually purchase for your iPad called GoodNotes. There are 4 or 5 others. I chose GoodNotes just based on doing some research. It was $10 one time, not a month, 10 times, $10, and you get the editor. Okay. In the editor, you can create all your own digital anythings. Okay. So you don't have to spend anything more than that. Okay. Let me back up because I see some comments here. Hang on here. Hold on. Let me go back to the, oops. Hold on. Hang on. I do not have the flipping back and forth down. Okay. So let me go in and talk about some questions here. That is so cool. I agree. It's really cool. Okay. Pragati's asking, what is a paper like? It is, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see, I don't want to unplug this. Okay. Can you see, I had to rip a corner. So we're going to use that. Do you see how there's like a film on my iPad? You can really tell here around where the camera is, and in this corner where I had made a boo-boo, I had to cut it out. Cool. So it is like a screen protector that you get on your phone. You just get them for your tablet, and it's textured. So when you write on it with your Apple Pencil, it feels more textured than when you're just writing on glass. Do you need the paper-like? No. Is it helpful? Yes. So it gives you more control and more precision. It just feels different. Okay. There are other brands. Paper-like is probably the name brand one. That's the one that I bought. When I did research, there were a couple of other on Amazon. There were some like knockoffs that were like $7. But when I did my research, what I read is that it causes other problems and it doesn't work as well. So I was like, that's it. I'm only spending $9 on the GoodNotes app. I can spend a little bit more on the paper-like. So that's what that is. Okay. Michelle says, is it possible on a Kindle Fire or do you need an iPad? I do not know the answer to that question because I don't know Kindle Fire, but my guess is if you can download apps on your Kindle Fire, as long as you can download GoodNotes to whatever device you're using, you can use it. I've got it on my phone too. So I can use, this is an Apple, but you can use it everywhere. So I think when you buy, if I remember right, when you pay the $9 for GoodNotes, you can put it on 3 devices and they sync up. So I may write and everything on my tablet, but then if I'm at the grocery store and I need my grocery list, I can pull it up on my phone and pull up the same list. Okay. 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 Any other questions about the parts and pieces here? So I'm using an iPad, but you could use any tablet, I believe, as long as you can download the app. You need a pencil so you can write. Paperlight is the screen. That's optional. Helps a lot, though. I will tell you that. And then GoodNotes is the actual app. So here's what that looks like. Hang on. Let me switch back. Okay. All right. So I'm actually in, here are all my apps. Why is it not showing? Hang on. Oh, I was afraid I was going to go back and forth and it was going to do this to me. Oh, it's come unplugged. Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay. So it's actually an app. So if you look, oh my gosh, what is going on with this thing? I'm not going to move it. That's what I'm not going to do. Okay. So if you, at the top of what you're seeing here, you see the Facebook icon dead center top. Right next to it is GoodNotes. Oops, I don't want that. And so you see that's like a little piece of paper with a little pen. I can't make it any bigger. When you go into that, what you have is these are all of my notebooks that I've created. I only paid for one of them. All of the rest of them I created myself. And when I say paid for it, I think I paid $23 for the planner. So we're not talking about a huge investment here. I bought it on Etsy. So when you buy a digital planner, here's what you get. Okay, hold on. Let me go to a page that makes sense here. Hold on. Hang on. As you are, okay. So what you get in a digital planner that you purchase are these hyperlinks to different tabs. Okay. So if you see over on the right-hand side, you are seeing January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way through December. Okay. I can click and I can go right to June. I can click. I'm just clicking on the September tab and I'm going to the month view. Now in the month view, I can click on the 8th and we go right to the 8th. That's what you're paying the $23. Somebody has coded all of those links inside these PDFs to make it easier to navigate. So that's why you would purchase a digital planner. And like I said, I think it was 23 bucks is what I paid for it. And there are hundreds of them on Etsy. So if you don't like this one, you don't like the rainbow colors, or you want it to look different, there's so many different options out there. It's ridiculous. Okay. So this particular planner that I paid for $23, what you see is you've got a daily schedule. Okay. You've got priorities, and everyone is going to be a little bit different, but they're pre-populated with this page. Every day looks just exactly the same. Okay. On the other side, you've got, water intakes over here. Here, let me do this so you can see where I'm pointing. Okay. I've got water intakes over here. This has got meal planning on it. This has got some gratitude. It's got a note section, memo, whatever else. And it also has these other links that I can go to the home section and I can find my birthday list, my grocery list, my bucket list, my all sorts of different options. That's what you're paying for when you buy that. Somebody designed this digital planner. But you are not locked into this digital planner. You can add in more pages. You can change things around. You can use it however you want to use it. Okay. Any questions on the parts and pieces before I kind of start to go through my process and how I actually use this to be productive? Let me touch on stickers for a second, because it is a fun part of this. Was that in August or September? I can't remember. Hold on. Okay. Let me erase some of this so you don't see all of my notes here. Okay. See these stickers? Birthday cake stickers? That's a sticker. I can add in all sorts of stickers that I might want. And you can create your own stickers, or you can buy stickers, whichever you happen to choose from. And you got all sorts of choices. And you can size them up. So I need to make that smaller. And maybe I want to put Hello Weekend on my Friday. And now it's there on that. I can write on it, around it. I could make it heart around it. You can do whatever you want. And there are millions of different stickers of everything you can possibly imagine. Let's see if I can find another fun one. Oh, there's a sloth. Isn't he cute? So maybe I plan on taking a nap on Saturday, so I can put stickers in. It's super cute. And some of them are more effective than that. Like you've got, let's see if I can find some good ones. Here are some Halloween ones that I plan to absolutely use because I love Halloween. What else do we have here? You have got Um, call out messages that you can do. And you can just get carried away doing all of these stickers. And so what I was finding when I was going through all of the YouTube how-tos, it was all about making it look pretty and pulling all of these stickers in, which is fun. And as you know, somebody who likes to be creative, it's great, but nobody was showing you how to actually use it other than how to make it pretty. And you can put these stickers on any page, anywhere. And you could even write on it. So if you wanted to make this bigger and you wanted to write on it and it said, you know, call your sister or whatever, you got all sorts of cool options. Okay, those are stickers. Okay, before I switch, any other questions about the tool itself? And if those of you that are watching on the replay, if you've got questions, just drop them in the comments and I'll check. I'll check them as we go. Okay, so what I find is that the cool thing about starting to put everything into a digital planner is that it is searchable. So remember me talking earlier about, let me see here. You're going to see my to-do list. Remember me talking earlier about I would make a note and then I couldn't find something. So I might write a to-do list and I might type an item and it might say, let's see here, who's on here? Robin's on. Message Robin, whatever. I would have that on Post-it notes somewhere, and then I would be like, "Oh my gosh, what was it all about?" Let's say message Robin on on her pair glasses. I love her glasses. I want to know more about it. So there's my to-do list. I got to message Robin, and I have to ask her about her pair glasses. Okay. I know I wrote it somewhere, but I can't remember which Post-it note it was on or which notebook it was in. And how the heck am I supposed to find it? By putting it into a digital planner, it helps you keep everything in one place. And you can also search for stuff, which makes it super easy and convenient. Love it. But what I was finding is, what is still the process? Like, how do I use all of these different parts and pages and concepts and ideas to make myself be more productive? Okay. So what I have kind of figured out over the last 2 weeks is that I plan for 2 weeks at a chunk. And I actually learned that from Dean Graziosi. So Graziosi, however you say his name. So what I do is every 2 weeks, I spend time and I get myself organized for the next 2 weeks. What does get myself organized mean? It means in my planner itself, I am actually going to, let me get it to the right place. Let's just go out to November because there's nothing in there. Okay. Let's say I'm planning November. I actually go in and put everything into my calendar, all of my appointments. You wouldn't have to put your appointments in, but I like having everything in one place. Okay. So I would put in all my appointments. You can write them in, you can type them in, whatever is most convenient for you. Okay. So I get that done. Then what I do is I spend time on my to-do list. And have tried this so many different ways. What worked best for me is to create a separate notebook for my to-dos. And I'm going to come off this screen and let's hope we can get it back. I'm going to show you what that looks like because it doesn't let me screen share and show it. Okay. So if you can see at the top here, I have tabs. See the different tabs? Each one of these is a different notebook. So if I go back to GoodNotes, I have all of these different notebooks. I've got my planner, I've got my to-do list, and I've got my video planner. And I've got some other things, like I got a social media one, I've got just a notebook, I've got one for each of my different coaches, I've got one for my clients, so that I can keep it just like you would have a regular notebook. And you can create these yourself. You just fill them with the blank pages that you get just free out of GoodNotes. What you don't have in GoodNotes is all the tabs. That's what you have to pay extra for. Okay. So what I do is I go to my to-do list and I write out all of my to-dos. And that is in a separate tab up here. So that when I'm in my planner, come on, and I'm wanting to, what am I doing on this day? I can more easily get to my to-do list and I can grab this to-do list. Where is it? I'm grabbing this note to message Robin. I'm going to copy it or cut it, whichever one you want to do out of there. And then I'm going to, on my planner on November 8th, I'm going to put it in there on my to-do list here. There it is. Up. Hang on. I'm going to paste in my note. There's my note to message Robin on that day. It's easier for me to have those separate at the top than trying to flip through pages inside one notebook and be going back and forth. Follow me? Hopefully you followed me. But you could absolutely have one planner and you just insert your pages and you keep everything in one book, or you can have multiple books. It's personal preference on what you want to do. So what I've got is I've got all my to-do lists. I separate it by week, by month, and then I even have for future different ideas that I want to work on. So if I have an idea like today, we did the idea swap in Zoom and everybody was like, oh, that was really cool. We need to do another one. That's a to-do list for me, right? So I'm going to put it on my to-do list, schedule the next one. So I don't lose it. Everything then has a place. Everything is in a process that I like to follow. Okay. So, if I have an action item, if I'm taking notes on a call that I'm on, and I'm just using a regular notebook in my planner, then I have a process that I draw a little square next to all my action items, and then I copy those in and drop them into my to-do list. So the process, you still got to have a process. I think the number one thing that I've learned over the last month is if you've got a bad process, whether you use paper or digital, you're still going to have a bad process. So you've got to fix the process using the tool itself. Okay, what questions do you have? Because while this makes sense logically in my brain, I don't know that it's making sense to you all. So what questions do you have about how I use this planner? Let me do just a quick review. I'm not going to go all the way back to the different texts and tools, but what my process is. So I plan in 2 weeks. And I plan out what are the things that I want to get accomplished in those 2 weeks. What is the to-do list for those 2 weeks? I keep track of future ideas on future to-do lists. And then I'm organizing myself by day. So what do I want to get done today? I go to my to-do list for the week. I copy and paste those over in. If I'm on a call and I'm taking notes about something and I have 2 or 3 action items, I write them on my tablet. I copy those, circle them, and copy and paste them into my to-do list. So it's the process that I use this all the time. Now, I know what maybe you might be wondering is, does that mean you're not using Post-it notes anymore? Of course not. I can't get rid of my Post-it notes, so I still have Post-it notes. But what I do is at the end of the day, any Post-it notes that I have, like this from our last call, I move them into my tablet if I don't get them done in the same day. So it's almost like the tablet becomes the catch-all for all of the things that I have to get done. What else was I going to say? The other way that I use it, you've all seen me do something like this, where, let me get you an example. I plan out my live. I cannot tell you how many Post-it notes and paper I go through planning every live, every call that I do. In fact, I have a whole filing cabinet full of those where I have them stored, but it's really difficult to find them when I need them. So I'm systematically moving all of that to a digital planner. So let me show you what that looks like. Switch again. Okay, so I have a video planner tablet, and I have pre-populated Post-it notes. Those are stickers. So if I'm planning my live, I just plan it right on here. So what is my hook? My hook in this case is the question that I want to ask. Can you guys see that okay? My hook is, let's see here. What is the live that I'm doing? Well, how about we do the one that we're doing right now? So my hook here is that I frustrated with losing Post-its. Okay. And then next up, I've got my purpose statement. And it might be, I might say, you're going to learn my process dig plan. Okay. And then in my, so I'm systematically planning it. The cool thing is I can grab these and move them around if I wanted to. So if I had topic 1.1, let's move that guy back. And I got 0.2. 2. And I'm like, you know what? That's in the wrong order. You move that guy there. And then I'm covering in there. The cool thing is I can save these and search for them so I can find it easier. And I'm not wasting all of the paper and I'm saving trees. So there's a little bit of an environmentalness to it as well. And it's just as effective for me because I'm still handwriting it. If you don't want to handwrite it because you don't like your handwriting, you could absolutely put text there and say, look, change that to whatever font that you want. Change the size. So you can do it either way. So now what this allows me to do is have everything with me at any point. Let me switch back out of here. So I think the example that I used was my grocery list. So I have a page in my digital planner where I put my grocery list. So every time I'm like, we're out of toilet paper, I go to my digital planner, put toilet paper in there. And I keep track of it on this tablet. But when I go to the grocery store, I can pull it up on my phone and my grocery list is right there. No more pieces of paper laying everywhere. No more, writing Post-it note that says get toilet paper and then forgetting where that page is. And then I get to the grocery store and I was like, I know there was something else I was supposed to get. It all helps me keep all of it super, super organized. What do you think? Give me some feedback. Is this for you? Would you use it? Do you think this would be helpful? I see that you guys are liking it. I really, really, really like this comment. That's fabulous. Yes, it is. You see why I'm so excited about it, Michelle? It allows me to still handwrite, which I need. I don't know if that resonates with you guys, but there's something about doing a brain dump and getting all of these ideas out of my head. So I actually create a to-do list. Let me show you this because this is kind of cool. Hang on, let me go back in there. Okay, let me go to my to-do list. So I actually create to-do lists for each different category of work. So let me show you an example here. Can you guys see that? Okay. Okay, so I have here's my to-do list of things I have to do for the Go Live League. I have a list of things I have to do for Ignite, which is the program that I'm running. I have a list of things that I have to do for my group, for the Go Live Challenge that's coming up. So this allows me to brain dump out ideas and not lose track of them. And then in my 2 weeks when I'm planning, I move it all over to here's what I'm going to accomplish this particular week. And now I have it all here. So I kind of sort through, okay, what do I have to do in my personal life? What do I have to do in, I have another category. What do I have to do in the Go Live League? Are any of these things I have to do this week? Then that moves over to the list. It has been seriously a game changer for me, not only because I'm digital and I'm saving paper, but it's forced me to organize my processes. And that has been huge. And honestly, it's just fun. It's just fun. I will warn you, when I first got everything, because it's not a huge investment, I already had the tablet and the pencil. So I had to buy GoodNotes, which was $9. I had to buy the paper thing, which was like $40. So that's a little bit pricier. And then I bought the planner, which was $23. So I'm all in under $100. And so I went a little crazy with the stickers and I probably spent, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks on stickers. And I was going down this rabbit hole of putting stickers all over everything. And it was fun. I will tell you, it was fun, but it doesn't help me. It's just fun. So I will warn you, don't get caught up in the stickers. It's easy to get caught up in the stickers. Don't get caught up in the stickers. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Amazing. You have patience. You know what, Pragati? It got to the point where I was so frustrated by having stuff everywhere and so frustrated by losing stuff or the feeling that I was going to lose stuff and just the chaos that I was like, something has to change. So I think that it's like what everybody always tells you, right? The clearer you get on your why, it will push you through anything. And I will tell you, after the first week, I was like, this isn't going to work for me. This isn't going to work for me. And then I realized it has to work because I'm so tired of that feeling that I wanted to change it. So your why has to push you through it, and it'll force you to have patience. I do not have much patience. I would say that. Okay, Michelle likes it. If it can work on her tablet, she's in. See, it's awesome, right? It's so awesome. And you can on Etsy, which is what I have found to be the cheapest place to buy them. You can buy the digital planners. Like I said, there's thousands of them, or you can just buy pages. So what I found is like in the planner that I bought for $23, the to-do list, I didn't like the format. I didn't like how they had it. So I went to Etsy and I searched Etsy for to-do lists, and there were like several different ones. And so I just bought an individual page, and then I created my own notebook with those pages. Super cool, right? So, I know there was a question somebody had, I think it was you, wasn't it you, Pragati, that asked, how do you create your own? I don't know how to create the tabs, but how do you create your own notebook? I can show you. Is that something, would that be helpful? Do you guys want to see that or no? I know I've been talking here for half an hour. So, okay. Okay. I will show you. If those of you, the rest of you that are on live, if you got to bail, you can bail. I will just say, thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope this was helpful and fun and inspiring, if nothing else. If you have questions or you're going to go down this path and you're going to try to do this, and I will do my best to help you as best as I can. Again, I'm a month in. Okay, let me show you this. All right, let's just create a new notebook. How about that? Okay, let me just close some of these out. We got too many things open. Okay, so if you just buy you just have GoodNotes, and like I said, there are other options as well, but let's say you just buy GoodNotes and you want to create a new notebook, okay? So up here, nope, I can't make that bigger. Up here, this dotted upper left-hand corner is a dotted with a plus sign, and it says new underneath it. So I'm going to create a new notebook. Why does it not want to go anywhere? Hang on. Okay. So now I can choose what is it that I'm wanting to create here. I wish I could make that bigger. It doesn't let me. So what this says, I know it's a little bit small. Notebook, study set, folder, image, scan documents, take photo, import, quick note. I'm just going to do a notebook here. And now what I have is it's going to default the paper. Oh, you can't see that. I wish I could make it bigger. It doesn't let me zoom in, so it's really hard to see. So I'm going to create what I have under here is it says paper templates. Hopefully you can see that. And then it has blank paper, dotted paper, squared paper, ruled narrow, ruled wide, or I can import my own pages. Writing papers, I've got multiple different choices. Lined papers, I've got monthly planner. So I can bring in a monthly planner, create. And now in that notebook, it's put in that page. Okay. That's a calendar. Can't really see that. If I want to add, it's not going to show you this on. Okay, let me get out of here because that's not going to work. Hold on. Hang on. We're going to have to go old school with this. I'm going to move the camera if it makes you nuts. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to move it this way. Let's see if you can see this. I can zoom in. Okay. So you get a menu option. Let me go back here. Now, inside this planner that I just created, I can change the cover of that planner if I want it to be something else. We're just going to leave it there. And I want to add pages. So I have my monthly calendar. Can you see that that's a calendar? Not really. I want to now add pages after it. I just hit the plus sign here. And now I can bring in a lot. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Now I can bring in a dotted page. I can bring in a lined page, legal page. Okay. So now I've got, I don't know if you can see that. Now I've got a lined page in my notebook. Now, if I want multiple pages, all you can do is you can copy this. So let's say I want this monthly calendar followed by a bunch of line pages. I can just click on this little thing and I can duplicate, and it'll just keep adding line pages one after the next. So it's like a notebook with line pages that you just continue to add pages for as many pages as you need. These books can be thousands of pages long. Okay. So if you import a page that you buy, so let's say like I bought that to-do list page, I can actually import the things that I've purchased. Let's see if I've got any in here. Okay, like here's one that I paged that's like social media stuff. So if I want to bring that in, it brings it in, and now that page is on inside my planner. And if I go to this view, I can change the order. I can move this around. I can say this one I want up here. I want my month to be first, followed by that planner page, followed by whatever else it is. Pretty cool, right? I think it's pretty cool. All right. Let me switch this back. My dog is not cooperating today. Otis, honey. Otis, honey. Okay. What other questions do you have about planners? Anything else you're going to want to hear? All right. On that note, with him barking his head off, I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys think of questions as you get into it, if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help in whatever way that I can. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.